Hello, everybody. Robert Gagno here. My name, again, Robert A.K. Gagno. I am your producer, your sound designer, and your director for Living Radio. Welcome back. Our show is a monthly show at Frigid, New York's Crane Theater. We've been doing this project in Frigid venues since we started it way back in 2011. It's amazing that they keep having us back, and especially even when we can't actually be there, they're hosting us on StreamYard, which is super great. So thank you. Big thanks to Emily. Thank you to Erez. Thank you to Frigid for hosting us right here in the midst of a pandemic. I'm coming to you live from my glorious basement. At each of these shows, here's what we do. We ask groups of playwrights, directors, and actors to remix the news. What we do with Living Radio is we try to imagine what the world could look like if things were just a little bit different. Playwrights will start with a news article and then see where tweaking things slightly will take them into their play. Playwrights usually have a couple days to write. Directors and actors, usually in the not pandemic times, will rehearse on a Sunday afternoon or evening. We record the plays live for a studio audience in the Crane on the second Monday of every month. Hopefully that's coming back to you soon. But until then, whenever we can get it together, we're going to be right here on Facebook Live. Only difference this time is we rehearsed via Zoom, and everybody was physically distanced. We're keeping it safe. I hope you are too. We also recorded ourselves on our phones and on our computers in our own homes with varying quality levels. So just do be aware, please. We beg your patience with, sometimes things are a little bit noisier in New York City apartments than we can control for. So again, instead of performing live, I've taken a little bit of time, put these things together. I was editing right up until 6:30. So hopefully there's no issues with the streams you're about to hear. We're sure you're going to enjoy them either way. Hey, failure is part of live theater, even if this isn't really live theater. While we're all apart enjoying these plays via Facebook Live, thankfully, we can also still get a little bit of audience interaction. You might see as you're watching little comments pop up. What we're going to do is we're going to be speaking with our playwrights after each of these plays streams. And also the whole time, like as you're listening to stuff, as we're talking to the playwrights, you can comment right there in Facebook, like underneath the Facebook live stream. We will see it, and we might post it right up on the stream. It looks a lot like pop-up video when it pops up, if anybody remembers that. You can chat right in the Facebook live stream. Again, we'll see it, and if we can react to you or dig your comments, we'll make sure to post them up there, and you'll join the conversation with us. A little bit of liveness for these isolating times. So let's get to the plays. This month's conditions. We always have conditions the playwrights have to write to. Every play this time must use, as a primary article for inspiration, an article written Friday, August 14th, 2020, or later. All plays must include a piece of mail. What that meant was up to the playwrights. They could do whatever they wanted with that. And the third thing was they had to include the sound of that piece of mail. Again, what that meant was up to the playwrights. So people go in different directions. Maybe we hear it being open. Maybe somebody reads a letter aloud. Maybe the contents of the mail makes a sound. But whatever it was, it had to find its way into the play. Just like when we do it live, each play is going to be preceded by what we like to call our living newspapers, borrowed from that great tradition of the American theater way back when. We're going to summarize the news article real quick before we get into the play that the playwrights took inspiration. Like the playwright took inspiration from that article. We'll then get into the play after you hear a quick summary of the article. So if it sounds super boring for the first minute, that's why. It's the actual news. Before we tell you what we did with the news. Again, one more time, I'm just going to remind you, cool StreamYard feature. Make sure you're typing in the comments. It's really fun to see stuff pop up there. Hi, Mike. Hi, Carrie. See, people are already doing it. That's great. Mike Callahan, Carrie Bond, really great. You're going to hear them a little bit later in our plays, in the same play at our this evening. But let's get to those plays right now, shall we? Enough about me. First up, we've got a wonderful play from Jason Wang, Code Ensemble member, featuring Code Ensemble members Jen Brown and Carrie Morris. I am going to share my screen, so just give me a moment while we do the technical stuff here. And yeah, can't wait to share this with you. I hope you dig.
USPS mailboxes removed in some New York
Hey everyone, Robert back here. I think I made a mistake when I shared the audio, so we're gonna try that one more time. It's live streaming, people. This is what we get. One more time. This is like when the mics cut out right before we start the first play. I'm gonna give it one more try. Hopefully, this time it works for you.
USPS mailboxes removed in some New York area neighborhoods.
By Anjali Hemphill.
NBC, New York.
August 16th, 2020.
Less than 3 months before the November presidential election, a national battle is playing out over the future of the U.S. Postal Service and its ability to process mail-in ballots.
Postal worker union members say mailboxes have been removed from locations in the Bronx, and mail is piling up as well. At stake, critics fear that mail-in ballots may not arrive in time to be counted in the upcoming election.
Over the weekend, dozens of blue mailboxes were seen discarded behind a post office in the Bronx. The American Postal Workers Union says those boxes removed and held at the Cornell post office were not being replaced.
In a statement, the USPS said that it was aware of the concern regarding the removal of mailboxes, but said that
collection box movement can be part of routine maintenance, as seen in some pictures circulating in the New York area this weekend.
The service said that some older blue boxes seen in towns may be taken out in favor of one with more security.
Representative Mikey Sherrill promised an investigation into the removal of boxes, tweeting,
"I'm not going to sit by while the USPS and Essential Service is systematically dismantled here in New Jersey and around the country."
"The postal workers do not want to be political,"
said Jonathan Smith, president of New York Metro Area Postal Union.
"We do not deliver Democratic mail or Republican mail. We deliver all the mail. We just want to do our jobs like we've always done our jobs, and is taking our ability to serve the American people away."
"I bring tidings, my liege. Parchment of great importance to be read by your eyes only, as well as stamps for sale if you've got the coin."
Hold on, Adi, is that you? You're a mail carrier now?
Aye, but Adi, I am no longer. The strife inflicted upon me by settling for Biden has forged me anew. In service of this realm, I am now Squire Catherine Audacity Thunderstrike of Queens Community District 1, Astoria.
Adi, I haven't seen you in forever. Come in, let me make you some tea.
Forgive my boldness, my liege, but I must decline. My oath courses as lightning through my veins, but binds me with purpose. Before I enter thy humble abode, the liege must answer mine own request. The mail may read it.
Navy and student loan action required?
Nay, that's for your grandmother. This one, please.
An urgent request from the United Squires Preventing Suppression, the USPS.
In the names of our fallen shield brothers and sisters and those who stand in between, we have risen up and reclaimed the abbreviation to continue the fight. Read on, champion.
The time has come to distinguish friend from foe. The mailboxes of our realm are under siege as catastrophe lurks over the horizon. You are either with us or against us. Lend your sword and shield to join the United Squire. Adi, what is this?
An invitation to join my cult.
No.
Cause.
No. I mean, the first thing you do when you see me is just put me up to another one of your SJW schemes.
If by SJW you mean squires joining wokeness, then lead on.
Look, it's been nice seeing you and all, but I think we should just catch up another time.
May, wait.
What?
I didn't come all this way here just for this. And this isn't just a flyer. I only get one of these. And I thought I'd give it to you, my liege.
I'm going to stop using medieval jargon as a mask for what you really want to say.
Fine. I know that deep down, you care about this world just as much as I do. When I first got this invitation from my knight, I could think of no better person fit for the cause than you.
And you really haven't known me in a while.
Well, I kind of do. I checked your Insta story. You reposted the COVID death toll.
And what if I did?
It means you might not be a Republican anymore. What?
So this is so this is what this is about. You finally reach out to me after all these years, only after you have confirmed that I'm not a Republican.
Ha! So you aren't one.
That is definitely not my point right now. You know what? It looks like we do have some catching up to do. Do you know how much you hurt me? Going into high school in a new neighborhood, not knowing anyone, and then being treated like a ghost by my best friend who lives 2 blocks down for 4 entire years? Imagine that.
It's 2016. You picked your side, May, and you paid for it.
Even if I did make a mistake, I didn't deserve to be dehumanized, jerk.
Stinky. Whatever. I never told anyone who you supported.
And I never should have told you. I couldn't even vote back then.
I could have ruined your social life, by the way, so at least give me credit for that.
No, it was already ruined by going to school in a city where hating the president is the only way to fit in.
So that's why you've changed. To fit in.
I've grown up. What about you?
May! I've been out protesting since the beginning of June, and I know for a fact that you've just been sitting in your air-conditioned room, probably sitting on your stupid little smooth hands and doing nothing.
I actually
What? Your one-time $5 donation to the bail fund is no excuse to be complicit, and neither is meditating on a Taylor Swift tweet. So if you're not going to do this one little thing for me, do it for the cause. And maybe do it for yourself.
I've been helping in any way that I can. And I don't know if anyone ever told you this, audacity, but consider if all this self-righteous campaigning you've been doing is only serving your own ego.
It's for the cause.
Is it?
Don't make fun of my cause.
Fine. I won't go there. I'm not like you.
Thanks. Because this was a lost cause.
I guess so. Listen, Audie, I really would do more. I want to, badly, but so much bad stuff is happening all around the world, and not everybody can be you, even if they wanted to. Some people just need a break from everything, for mental health. Can I get at least that across?
You may, my liege.
Great.
Before I go, you might as well take this. It's why I'm here.
Another flyer.
A letter.
Hello, May. I hope this letter finds you well. Every year we receive an overwhelming number of applications from extremely well-qualified applicants. This year was no exception. It is with great pleasure in which I may announce that you have been accepted into
Congrats, May.
You hugged me. You haven't hugged me since 8th grade prom.
I kind of wish I did.
Do we have COVID now?
Hopefully not. I think we followed correct USPS hugging procedure by pointing our faces in opposite directions, not crying or talking during the hug, and making the hug as quick as possible. Let's wash our hands.
For sure. Audie, I've been trying to find this letter for months. It's not online or anywhere. How did you get a hold of it?
About that,
What?
it's the latest blow against the USPS. After we fought against the first wave of ballot delays, the Postmaster General fought back. He got all the top universities on his side. They're POWs.
Prisoners of war?
Privately owned white institutions. They gladly joined his cause and tried to delay all their decision letters. For liberal arts colleges, the delay is even longer. They figure if the 18-year-olds don't go to liberal arts schools, then they'll vote for Trump.
It's like they say, Trump's greatest asset.
The uneducated voter. Thank God. I take that as you're voting for Biden?
I'm voting green.
Ah! Yikes! We'll unpack that later.
If this is all true, how did you get my letter?
It wasn't easy. Cracking open a post office never is. I lost my best shield sisters for you.
Wait, what? You did this for me? Audie, do you even know where you're going to college?
Not yet.
So school starts in like 2 weeks. Like, how are we gonna get your letter?
Well, we wouldn't just be getting mine.
What?
The USPS fights for every high school senior out there who might not get to experience the first paragraph of an acceptance letter. Do you want to help me, May?
I do.
But would you have wanted to help if this wasn't just about me? It doesn't feel right. You flip-flopped. As soon as you found out you're the one owing me, I do want your help, May, just not like this.
Hey.
At the end of the day, you supported kidnappings and children dying at the border. You supported the annihilation of the rights of people who had to earn them. How do I know you aren't just empathizing when it serves your self-interests?
Audie, please.
Audie, please what?
Please understand that I'm not blind to all the hurt in the world. It's just empathy is a big word to me. Most of the time, it literally means feeling someone's pain. I'm someone who is easily hurt, and I can't hurt myself by offering up my empathy at every issue that I see. What I can do, though, is empathize with the person in front of me. The best friend who sat down next to me on the 3rd day of 2nd grade and asked me if my name was pronounced like the month.
May, not having to empathize in the face of an issue, that's privilege.
I know.
Then I'll help you do something about it. Join the USPS!
Well, what's your plan?
We make our final stand. Mailboxes are being torn from our hands all over NYC's most liberal neighborhoods.
Where is that?
Literally anywhere except Bensonhurst.
And Staten Island, you mean?
Is that a part of NYC?
Terrible. I missed you.
I missed you too. You coming with? We can talk on the way.
Honey, I can't go outside right now. It's a pretty dangerous place, but that doesn't mean I don't want to help.
Then that means
I'm going to support the United States
United Squires Preventing Suppression.
Yeah. The United Squires Preventing Suppression by sending out letters to people who I haven't talked to for a while. People like you.
Thanks. You're going to need a lot of
stamps.
Yep. Here you go. And I'll take that. This better not be a one-time thing.
You can count on me.
My liege.
Squire.
I am going on a dangerous quest. I will raise my arms in defense of the last remaining USPS mailboxes in the tri-state realm. This task may be beyond me, and should the worst befall your loyal squire, I ask that you consider patronage towards my bail fund, or if we do prevail, my student loans.
Perhaps, but consider my own request. Return from this adventure alive and well, and receive a stamp like this.
Shit, you shouldn't have done that. Wait until the vaccine.
Oh, God. Oh, fuck. My bad. Shit.
I love that ending. So sweet. Nice little kiss on the cheek. Who doesn't miss a kiss on the cheek these days? Someday, family, we will all be able to be together once more. But at the very least, I'm together right now with playwright Jason Wang.
Hello.
Welcome.
Hey, Robbie. Hey, everyone.
Hey, thanks for joining us doing this, man. And thanks for such a beautiful play. I really like, I want to talk about like the fact that like when I first read this, I have the privilege of like directing all these plays just because of the way that this goes. And when I first read it, I was just like struck by like all the ways that it kind of goes back and forth between their kind of arguments for how to be in the world. There's like a push and pull between Audie's view and what is right, and what May's view is of what is right. And while I know I personally have my strong ideas about what is right, I've also got to admit that sometimes I'm a little more Audie in my approach, and sometimes a little more May, depending on not only the issue but also time of day. Things change. So I just really appreciate that you tried to give both sides, or like these different options of how to be effective in the world. Like you gave them equal weight. Can you just talk to me a little bit about that?
I first of all think we all probably living in New York, most of us know an Audie, or someone that really goes out of their way to fight for what they believe in, and maybe sometimes takes that too far. And with this, I wanted to give a voice to the quiet people, the POCs, the people of complicitness, the people upholding complicity. And that's bad. It is super bad to be complicit when all this bad shit is happening in the world. But also, I find myself often in this boat as someone who has a lot of love to give in the world, but no real place for that love right now, and feeling scared to step out and really do anything. But with this, I wanted to give voice to I'm being that selfish playwright who like writes about their own life and is a dick bag. But I wanted to write about my own struggles in being an activist in this particular moment, this turn in history, where it is super duper hard to do that. And there are so many reasons to stay paralyzed and stay doing nothing and be a POC, person of complicity. But also realizing that there is an obligation to meet activism in the middle, even though we're kind of sweating right now.
Well, I mean, yeah, because I think like there's a difference between being a person of complicity and I think the kids call it self-care these days, like making sure that you are not losing your mind with all the things that are going on. There's so much to do. There's so much to get involved in. And I think any person, no matter how Audie-centric they are, to use the character from the play, you're gonna kill yourself. You're gonna burn yourself out if you try to do it all. So, yeah, like what is that line? Can you talk to me a little bit about that?
Gosh, trying to do it all will surely mess you up too, especially as there is a censored disease prowling our streets. But I think the message that I was trying to say with this ending is that you don't have to be completely paralyzed, and those options to meet activism in the middle, such as buying stamps and maybe donating more than once to the bail fund, you guys. Well, not the bail fund now, as the bail funds have too much money in some places, but just buy some stamps, do the small things. And there is a lot of joy in doing these small things that are both serve your self-care, because they're giving you peace of mind, and serving a larger movement.
Amen. Really great message. And that's why we wanted to start off with this play right here. Thanks so much, Jason, for beautiful work. We're getting a lot of like claps and amazings and woo-woos in the chat here. So thanks so much for doing this, my friend. Beautiful play. Thanks for letting me direct it. We're going to let Jason step away for a moment, and we're going to get started with our next play here. We've got, next up, Saved by the Mail. Saved by the Mail was written by Casey Cleverly. It features Cherie V. Campbell, Eliza Shane, and some guy that sounds a whole lot like me.
Families priced out of learning pods seek alternatives.
Should public school systems provide teachers for small group instruction?
By Abby Goodnaw.
New York Times.
August 14th, 2020.
Whatever one calls them, learning pods,
pandemic pods,
or micro schools.
The hiring of teachers to supplement or even replace the virtual instruction offered by public schools has become an obsession among many parents of means.
Practically overnight, a virtual cottage industry of companies and consultants has emerged to help families organize pods and pair them with instructors, many of whom are marketing themselves on Facebook pages and neighborhood listservs.
But the cost, often from $30 an hour per child to $100 or more, has put them out of reach for most families, generating concerns that the trend could make public education even more segregated and unequal.
While affluent families were primarily frustrated by the lack of direct interaction with teachers and classmates last spring, many lower-income families had a more pressing concern:
just being able to log in, because they lacked good internet connections or even computers.
Many districts have vowed to fix those problems, but it is far from clear they will succeed. Alexa, good morning.
Good morning. It is Sunday, August 23rd. The weather today is hot with a high of 110 degrees Fahrenheit and a low of 89. There is an ozone alert today. Winds from southeast are presenting a fire hazard. You have one meeting on your calendar at 1:15 with Dairy Corp. Would you like to hear today's headlines?
Sure.
Okay. In news today, President Bezos announced the continuation of Amazon School for all American children for at least the next 3 years. Conditions outside are still deemed unsafe for human congregating. The Bulls beat the Knicks 100-88. To hear more, please renew your Audible subscription to the Washington Post.
Sarah, time to get out of bed. Amazon School starts in 5 minutes.
Ugh, it's so early. The sun's not even up yet. Can't I just skip today? I mean, does Alexa even know I'm there? I think I should just set up another Alexa just to answer the first one's questions. Oh, God, that's so dumb.
It's the only education you have right now. And ever since your mother left, we can't afford the fancy 3-child pod school your friend Jody goes to. It's this, or you're never getting into Zuckerberg Harvard University online.
Fine.
Okay. I think I have a quiz on American history or something like that. I can't believe you actually went to a public school. So many people climb on top of each other. Oh, what a gross part of our history.
Oh, goodness, you make me feel old. Remember, you went to public kindergarten where you all rolled around in each other's drool and shared toys. We'd even get your teacher assignment in the mail. The mail. Oh, wow, that was something.
Mail. Like, someone sent you a paper letter with a licked envelope?
Your Amazon Subscribe and Save on Purell hand sanitizer and Charmin toilet paper will arrive tomorrow afternoon. To cancel or change your order, please refer to the Alexa app on your smart device.
Shut up, Alexa.
Sarah, watch your tone. Yes, along with public school, we had a public delivery service where everyone, no matter where they lived, would receive mail, letters, and packages.
That's so weird and makes no sense. Thank God for email and Amazon. Like, why do you even need a public mail service? Ugh, so old school.
Well, it was a different time. Okay, hop to it.
Time for Amazon School. Sarah Woodward, please confirm your attendance.
Here.
Today's schedule includes U.S. history, algebra, and classic audiobooks. We begin U.S. history with a quiz. Are you ready, Sarah?
Sure, I guess.
On this day in history, former President Trump announced which executive order: A, the payroll tax cut; B, the defunding of the United States Postal Service; C, the completion of the southern border wall; D, none of the above.
Dad, guess what? The Postal Service was actually just part of my pop quiz. Isn't that crazy? I mean, you were just telling me about it.
Yeah, that's great, hon. I'm really trying to work, though, and you need to focus on your quiz.
Alexa, the answer is B. Defund the U.S. Postal Service.
That is correct. Are you ready for the next question? Are you ready for the next question?
Ew. It's a bird? What's it doing here? Shoo. Shoo. Away, bird. Go away.
Did you want to hear the song Bird is the Word by the Trashmen?
Alexa, no. Bird, get out of here. Oh, what's this around your leg? Okay. Are you like one of those weird carrier pigeons from ancient history? Like, what is up?
The carrier or English carrier is a breed of fancy pigeon developed over many years of selective breeding. Carriers, along with other varieties of domesticated pigeons, are all descendants
I
of the
know,
rock pigeon.
Alexa, stop. Okay, what is this, like, paper thing? It says USPS. Is this some kind of joke? To the Woodward family. Dad, come here! You gotta see this.
Sarah, you know I'm busy right now. I can help you at lunch.
No, I think we actually got some mail.
Yeah, yes. Just tell Alexa to read Google Mail. Thanks, Sarah.
No, like actual paper mail. A bird brought it.
Shit. I mean, shoot. Yeah. Okay. I'm coming down.
What is this? It says USPS on the envelope. Nobody can hear us. To my darling family, Operation Public Service is nearly complete in the coming days.
Stop reading.
Okay, geez. We're the only ones here, Dad. You're so uptight.
It's listening.
No way. That's just a box with a voice. Don't be paranoid.
Operation Public Service is a fringe socialist organization advocating for broad public services, including schooling, sanitation, broadcasting, mail delivery,
What is going
public
on?
works.
Alexa, quiet. It's your mother. She sent the signal. We have to leave.
What? Why?
I can't talk. It's time.
Locking down house,
Alexa, no. Unlock door.
securing and blocking window.
Alexa, stop. Alexa, open home.
Dave, I can't let you do this.
Oh, God. We have to get out of here. Quick, get a crowbar.
We don't have a crowbar. Wait, the bird. Is the bird still here?
Yes. Oh, God. Good thinking, Sarah.
Quick, tie this around its leg. Okay, bird. Shoo.
The windows are locked.
I'll send up the chimney.
What did you write on that note?
Help.
Help is on the way. I repeat, help is on the way. The area is secured.
Dad, did you turn the lights out?
No. Alexa, turn on the lights.
Alexa? Stupid machine. Oh, light up. What was that?
We don't have power. Oh, God. Wait. We don't have power.
Why are you so happy? We're trapped in our house and Alexa can't open anything.
Look out the window.
What? Why? OMG. Who are all those people in light blue shirts, shorts with bird logos on their hats?
It's time.
Time for what?
The public revolution.
Mom?
I like that comment. Not obvious at all. Give Alexa the bird. Great answers. Great comments here. When we get Emily back, we will take down the card here. But really glad to be chatting with you. And I'm about to be joined by the playwright of this piece, Ms. Casey Cleverly. Casey, we're not going to be visible for a moment, but you are now in the stream. Welcome.
Hi. I see Carrie just said my Alexa is really
Hey, there we
strong.
go. Yeah, it's because she's learning how to prepare for the oncoming takeover by Skynet, Carrie. That's why. Casey, this was super fun to work on and to get to play in. I feel like I rarely get to do other than cameos. So it was fun to, get typecast and play dad doing this piece. So what I wanted to talk about is like, there's this, it's a thing that we do in Living Radio a lot, right? Because we're imagining the world as it would change. And when we do that, we've got, it's very simple to kind of like say, well, what happens in a couple of years? Like if we go down the line, what are things going to look like? And given this month's starting point, you had a lot of material to work with, given what's happening in the news and, you know, what seemingly is the end game of taking over the USPS. So why would you go in this direction? I'm curious about what made you think about Alexa, about Bezos, and about going, hey, there we are, we're on. What made you think about like taking things in this direction of, you know, our Amazonian overlords?
Well, I was thinking like everybody's really struggling. The economy is struggling. Students are struggling. What's not struggling right now is tech. Like Amazon apparently is worth in the trillions now. So I was thinking, well, Amazon's kind of taking over the industry right now. And there's all this talk about what's going to happen to our schools. Are they going to open? Can kids even interact? So I had this crazy idea. What if, because Alexa has been doing more and more things now. Like, would it be so crazy to have Alexa be the teacher for kids in their homes who can't afford to have private tutors?
Yeah, it's scary because there's a real, I'm going to use the same term I used when talking about Jason's piece. Like, there's a real push and pull. There's a real tension between this idea of, you know, we're furthering disparities, right? Now that we have these private pods that are being created, like the article that you used brought up. And then you've also got that tension between like the fact that people need to educate their kids and the need to not spread a deadly pandemic. So when tech becomes the bridge there, again, it creates this other new realm of complications because, well, does Jeff Bezos need more money? Do we need to be handing over more power to these people who have it already? But then again, they're the ones who are kind of providing and helping to. So it's such a difficult place to be. Why does it become a revolution in your play? What do you think?
Well, once we start taking away public services, I feel like it's very hard to get them back.
Amen.
So like we're slowly chipping away at the postal service. We don't know what's going to be the fate of public schools in the future. I mean, if we get rid of this virus, maybe everything can return to normal. But if it doesn't, what's going to happen for school children? Are we going to have some other form of education that's not public? And then, yeah, in my head, I just went further with that and it was like, oh, let's just erase all public services and then have the mom be part of some sort of public revolution to get that back. But
I love that she's like, you know, on the vanguard of the insurrection to like bring things to a more just and sustainable version of public service. Like this is super cool.
Well, because especially since the parents, I feel like are like our generation, they grew up with having public services, and the child has, you know, maybe she had kindergarten, but then the virus shut everything down, and public services were the casualty of that.
And I think it's really telling that the two Coat parents were two of the folks who were on this and who are on this play, and one wrote it, one directed it, one was in it, and we're thinking about like, what does this mean for the next generation? Like, it certainly is on my mind. Like,
yeah, my 4-year-old can already ask Alexa questions, so it's kind of scary. And I feel like I turn to like Alexa all the time or Google Home to ask it questions like that I don't know. I'm like, oh hey, what's this? Or play this song. Or I'm like, my kids are growing up with that. So what is
the future of that? Yeah. Oh man, so many great ideas. Beautiful script. Thank you so much, Casey.
Yeah, this is fun.
Awesome. I'm going to take Casey away from the stream here. And once again, hopefully not screw it up this time and get you guys another play. Going to click that share audio box so we definitely hear this play. The next play is entitled Get Well Soon. It is by Tyrus Holden, and it features the vocal talents of Carrie Bond, Mike Callahan, and Anna Cody.
Motorcyclist 65 barely hurt in El Cajon collision.
Times of San Diego.
Posted by Debbie L. Sklar
August 14th, 2020.
A motorcyclist suffered severe injuries Friday in a suspected DUI collision on an eastern San Diego County street, authorities reported.
The 65-year-old man was riding in the 600 block of Hamisha Boulevard in El Cajon about 10:15 a.m. when the driver of a silver Toyota Camry made a left turn directly in the motorcycle's path, according to police.
The motorcyclist was unable to stop or steer away from the car in time to avoid a collision, Lieutenant Jason Taub said. Medics took the victim to a hospital for treatment of major injuries.
Preliminary evidence suggests that the Camry driver, who was unhurt, was intoxicated, according to Taub. Nurse! Nurse! Get in here, you translucent cow.
How are you feeling today, Mr. Danford?
Hey, coming in at least?
You are in isolation, Stanford.
I know I'm in isolation, but I need somewhere to change my damn bedpan.
You weren't able to walk to
No, I wasn't able to walk to the damn toilet. I shot at my goddamn...
Language.
I shot at my leg. A drunk shot at my leg.
I've read your charts.
So what the hell are you doing about it? I can't, Well, aren't you going to put down another one? Nurse. Nurse. Nurse!
Mr. Danford.
Where's the damn doctors? The money this is costing, you'd think these sons of bitches would... Nurse. Nurse!
If you continue to yell and scream like this, I will bring an orderly with me next time to make sure you keep your mouth shut. Am I clear, Mr. Danford?
Fine.
Am I clear, David?
As mud. And it's Dave.
What do you need? I'm leaving.
Did anybody come by?
For what?
For me.
Even if they did, you're in isolation and not allowed.
Yeah,
to see anyone.
I know. But did anybody come by?
Not for you.
Oh, geez, that drunken idiot driver. The drunken idiot. Oh. Ah! Oh, God, Jesus, crap. Oh, God, Jesus. Oh. Damn it. Damn it. Floor.
Grab me.
Oh.
Let's get you back up.
Oh, God.
You're fine. That cast could survive a nuclear bomb.
Gonna survive a fat son of a bitch like me.
I'm living proof that anything can survive a fat son of a bitch like you. You're fine. Do not throw things on my floor.
Oh, God. Oh.
No one came to visit you.
Good. Just like I like it. Say it again.
No one came to visit you. But this came in the mail.
Hell is that? For me?
For you.
I haven't gotten a letter in 25 years. 25. I don't want your damn letter, you pasty cow. I don't need your... It's not so easy to tear. It's... Paper trails to you. Get well soon. Get well soon. Same back to you, Mac. Who the hell are you?
Get well soon and good night. You know I can't wait to see you.
Pussy Hallmark garbage. Oh.
Get well soon and good night. I have never forgotten what you did on that night. It will never be redeemed.
Crap. Can't make it to the floor again?
Dark Dave. Do your little biker buddies still call you that? Do you still
Nurse!
tear apart the highways with your brothers and ride with your old ladies and slam your beers and
Nurse!
rip apart families with your cowardice and stupidity?
Nurse!
Vroom,
Nurse! Oh, God.
vroom, vroom. Vroom, vroom. Listen to that kitty purr.
Nurse!
Sounds a lot better than wah, 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 wah.
Turn it off! Turn it off! Oh.
You're not afraid of anything, are you? Dark Dave?
Oh.
Real big man. Not afraid of the road. Not afraid of your hog.
Oh.
Not afraid of a little baby. Are you?
Baby.
I wasn't afraid of you. I worshipped
Please.
you
Please.
when things got tough.
Oh.
Especially when things got tough. And when she was a monster and I didn't have my Knight Rider to protect me, and I kept praying to my Black Knight, my road warrior. He'd sweep in on his Dinah and take me to freedom. Princess of his outlaw kingdom.
Baby.
A beer guzzling, gasoline spilling, bike backfiring outlaw kingdom
Let's get you back into bed,
where nobody
Dark Dave.
where
Hold
nobody
on to
wanted
me.
little girls to spoil all of their fun.
Please. Nurse, turn it off. Make it
Did you
stop.
ever find that thing that you needed?
Just a minute.
Did the road ever end? Or did you just need to lay enough track away from home?
Was it a good letter?
No.
You have a visitor.
I don't want nobody.
At this point, I'm not sure anybody wants you. But you have a visitor. You can buzz if you need anything.
Thanks, Nurse.
Angel. Stick around long enough, I may even bring in some Jell-O.
How's your mother?
Dead.
Not too far myself. Come here to finish the job?
I came because I found a letter. Thought I tossed it a long time ago.
Is it a good letter?
It used to be. When it made sense. When I still believed in outlaw kingdoms and motorcycle princesses.
I used to believe in those things too.
Dark Dave. You've got some nerve. You're still a bastard.
I was born a bastard. And when I was that age when you got that letter, I used to think I would be a pirate prince. And my father, the pirate king, would sail in a schooner and we'd ride the sea together. And he'd take me away to his pirate kingdom. And then one day, I'd have pirate princes and princesses and love them and make sure they never had to spend a day away from the sea.
What happened to that dream?
I woke up to a crying baby and endless bills and a woman who hated me. And I rode away, pissed.
Pissed.
And afraid. I don't have a motorcycle kingdom. Well, after the accident, I don't even have a damn bike.
You don't have a daughter either.
Wait, please. I don't have a daughter now, but I did once, and I'd really like to hear what happened to her. And see if I can find her again.
I think she got lost on the road.
Maybe so, but it's a long road. Maybe Maybe if I double back, or perhaps it circles around again, and she'll still be there.
I don't think it works that way.
Then maybe she's just ahead at the next intersection.
Maybe she's not.
Or she could be. Maybe. Maybe at that crossroad, she goes right, and this time I can follow her, and if she'll let me.
Maybe.
I know I edited it, but I really dig that ending. Joining me on mic before we get to here we go. Lovely. Tyrus Holden, awesome. Thank you so much. That's the magical Emily backstage, y'all, making us look great here. So thank you, Emily.
Can you do something with my hair?
Welcome,
My hair is
Tyrus.
a little messed up right now.
We're really lucky we have a stage manager, but unfortunately, costume and makeup, not a thing. Why do you think I'm wearing the hat, bro?
Good call. Good try.
So I'm putting up Eliza's comment here. Of course, Tyrus writes the super dark one. And here I am thinking, Tyrus, for once, didn't write a dark one. Tyrus wrote this really beautiful piece, super moving. I understand what you mean, Eliza. I'm definitely not. I'm just making
It's a
fun.
downer,
But
I think, in some ways.
seriously, like, it's a downer, but it's also, the other thing that I didn't mention at the top of the intro to the whole evening was that one of the other requirements, and it's sort of a soft requirement of all living radio, but I was really hardcore about it this time in an intro email, is that all these plays, I was like, give us hope, give us hope, give us hope. Good Lord, we all need some hope right now. And you did that in a very beautiful way with this piece. But I think you kind of got to go to a pretty dark place to get there. When we were talking about this place, or about this piece, I think you referred to it when you called me as the third in your trio of hearing voices plays.
Yeah. The Hearing Voices trilogy has been since we started this quarantine living radio thing. Yeah.
But look, those other two pieces, I think that what struck me reading it was that those other two pieces were very horror. I think you can't really get away from that. The first one was a ghost story, like this ghost voice is living in this house, and like in the guitar and all that sort of stuff. And then we get to the next piece where a man is literally hearing voices and he's possessed by a demon or something that is going to explode from the inside out. And I'm curious, like, what brought you to this? What brought you to this idea of writing this really beautiful piece? Again, super, super well acted by the fabulous Anna Cody, Callahan, and Carrie Bond. I'm not kidding when I say anytime we can get Carrie Bond to sing in a piece, we're going to do it. But seriously, how did you get to this from exploding Pierres and ghost guitars?
Yeah, no. Thank you for the kind words again. And yeah, I do want to point out, like, the performances and the editing on this, I thought were really stellar, and you guys did a good job. With regards to your question, I think it actually did kind of start a bit as a horror piece. I think I would find it terrifying if I got one of those record yourself greeting cards and it turned into someone just accusing me. And the idea actually, I think originally was that it wasn't going to be like that. It was going to be something really horrific, more horrific than this that he did. I kind of went, I personally didn't go through a trauma. A close friend of mine went through some pretty serious situation this past week. So for me, in terms of like going that dark or even that violent or horrific, it didn't feel right to me. So that's sort of where it turned into more of an emotional piece. Abandonment is a horror story. I think we all have some sort of feeling of abandonment. I do think like the gimmick of the creepy greeting card is sort of where that transition to this happened, though.
But we you and I had a conversation about this, because reading it on the page, I was like, is this real or is this imagined? And the way that I edited it, because after our conversation, and I think it was the right choice, was no, it's real. She recorded that card to call out Dad.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and I think I think in some ways it's maybe a little bit more horrific than horror. The fact, because these are things that happen every day. How many people, lose someone in such a callous and cold manner? Yeah, it was nice to kind of ground it back into reality, and for me, I think it just hit a little bit harder actually than even some of the scarier stuff we did earlier.
I wanted to bring it to maybe a question I didn't sort of prepare you for this time. I always, I think of living radio when we do these things. Like I always encourage people to say, like, tackle some big issues, look at some crazy stuff, and like deal with like the world, like big things, big questions, big issues, and it's reminding me, like, this play reminded me of something that I heard Judith Molina of the Living Theater say after she did. She acted.
Oh, Judith!
Yeah,
the glorious anarchist revolution is coming.
It's coming, baby. It is always coming. She was such an incredible person and had such incredible, verve and was committed to the glorious anarchist revolution. So I was in a conversation with her once. With a bunch of people, where someone called her out on that because she had just done Maudie and Jane, which is this piece that they did at the Living, where it was very much just like about this relationship between an older woman and a younger woman, and it's maybe vaguely sexual. Who knows? Like I don't really remember super well. I have awful long-term memory, but anyway, she does this play, and there was no like overt like politics. Like this wasn't The Brig. This wasn't The Connection. This wasn't like, like Storm the Castle sort of living theater things. And someone was like, you're getting soft in your old age. And sure enough, she turned it back and she's like, no. Like, is there anything more political than like how a person lives their life? And it was really, I'm paraphrasing. I can't say that those were her words, but it really got me in a sense of like, as someone who walked into, wanting to study performance and think about theater as a like revolutionary thing. Like, I brought my Brecht and my Boal and I'm ready to go. And here is this legend of American theater and of like the longest running theater company in the United States, who's like just legendary for being such an outspoken political advocate. And she's like, the personal is political, don't forget. And it's so simple. So yeah, I really loved, I don't know if that's so much a question as it is, I'm that jerk who raised his hands in the talk back and just talked forever. But I really enjoyed that you're able to bring that component to living radio, that you brought the personal into this political project.
No, I mean, I think you bring up a good point, and it's actually been funny because all of the plays so far, I think, have been doing that. I thought Jason's piece, in terms of really just focusing on the interaction between these two people, as well as Ebony's piece afterwards with, I'm sorry, not Ebony's piece, Casey's piece, as well as Casey's piece about this family who are dealing with larger realities. It's kind of a theme. It's
too.
What's up?
Does it too. It's coming up next.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm not really sure how or why it worked out that way. Maybe it's something about the mail. There's something personal about the mail, and making that our prompt might have been something that moved us in this direction. I think the big issues are the big issues, but we're all still living our lives right now. And I think it's a nice theme for this edition of Living Radio in a lot of ways.
Beautifully said. Because yeah, I'm like, again, I'm always too focused on the big picture. You're like, oh look, now it's actually in all these plays, and you were very, very right. Tyrus, always so insightful to speak with you.
Likewise, sir. And thank you for all of your work on this, and thanks to the wonderful cast and all of the other playwrights and casts tonight. It's been so good. I've been really enjoying it.
We got one more killer play to come up. I'm going to say goodbye to Tyrus Holden and get us set up so that we can start listening to the final play of the evening. We have just one more, y'all. So join us for another 12 minutes or so. I had such fun working on this play, and it's going to be such fun to share it with you. It is entitled Sigma Pi Delta Chi Inc. It is written by Ebony Kennedy, and it features the talents of Kat Plazas, Anna Savant, and Jason Wang, with a cameo from this guy.
Frats are being frats.
Greek life is stoking the virus on some campuses.
Universities are struggling with how to prevent tightly packed sorority and fraternity houses from turning into virus clusters.
By Amy Harmon.
Francis Robles.
Alan Blinder,
and Thomas Fuller.
August 18th, 2020.
The big bouquets of roses.
The towering signs spelling out the letters of each house in Greek.
And the hundreds of rushees clutching their acceptance envelopes as they run through campus together.
Bid Day at the University of Alabama, when sororities decide which pledges will join their sisterhoods, is a cause for celebration.
But this past weekend, women at the school, which has one of the biggest Greek systems in the country with 11,000 members, were warned not to party following their invitations to join any of 24 sororities because of the potential spread of the coronavirus.
That did not stop all of them.
The frats are being frats. They are having their parties.
Lamar Richards, a UNC sophomore, said.
The New York Times has identified at least 251 cases of the virus tied to fraternities and sororities.
On Monday, the National Panhellenic Conference, an umbrella organization covering 26 sororities with 400,000 undergraduate members, recommended that all sororities move to a fully virtual rush this fall.
Despite all the restrictions, both fraternities and sororities say they are reporting swelling numbers of applicants.
Students are pining for the connections that college life is supposed to offer.
Hello? Dude?
Dude. Today is the day. Today's the day. Today is the day. Today's the day. Today is the day. Today's the day.
Today is the day. I'm pledging Sigma Pi Delta Chi. Woohoo! Dude, I'm so excited. I literally didn't sleep last night.
Dude, I was so excited for you that I didn't sleep. Pledging Sigma Pi Delta Chi is gonna be such a life-changing, rewarding experience for you. It's one of the oldest fraternities in the nation, not to mention one of the country's premier social justice organizations.
Dude, I know. It's gonna be awesome. Oh, fuck!
Fuck!
Oh, shit!
Oh
my
no.
leg!
Brad, I'm not falling for any of your stupid pranks today.
Brad, sweetie, I heard a noise. Are you okay?
Brad! Oh my goodness! Brad, your leg is all twisted. What happened?
Brad, oh God, Mrs. Millen, what's going on?
I don't know. 1 minute, my little baby boy is on the phone talking to his best friend since kindergarten, and the next minute he's lying there as a Sigma Pi Delta Chi man. Woo-woo!
Oh, Brad, you're such a jerk. I thought you were seriously hurt. You too, Mrs. Millen.
Hey, don't hate the player, Chad. I'm just so proud of my Braddykins for following in his mother's footsteps. Sigma Pi Delta Chi is the best fraternity there is. The first multicultural, gender-inclusive frat in the nation. A lifelong siblinghood dedicated to advancing social goods, miles ahead of its time. When I was your age, our Sigma cohort registered hundreds of people to vote for the first time. And my little Braddykins is gonna pledge. I'm so proud of you. Proud mom out.
Fuck. I'm gonna miss messing with you, dude. I can't believe you decided not to pledge.
I know, but frats aren't really my speed. Plus, I'll be super busy this year with organizing the annual voter drive.
Dude, we make time for the things and people we care about.
Dude, we've been over this. We're still gonna be friends. Plus, I'll for sure volunteer for Sigma Pi events when permitted.
Dude, you're right.
I got it.
So, what are the next steps in the pledging process? They sent you some kind of super secret code, right?
Yeah, I guess. Although I hear this year it'll be like virtual. Not really sure what that's gonna entail, to be honest.
Brad, you have mail.
I'll get it later, Mom!
Ah! Oh my God!
Mom, I'm not falling for that!
No! Brad, sweetie, it's from Sigma Pi Delta Chi! I'm bringing it up.
Dude!
Here, open it, sweetie.
This must be the secret code! Fuck, I'm so excited! Oh, wait, it says on the envelope that I have to open this while I'm alone. Mom, a little privacy, please.
Okay, but if you need anything at all, I'll be right downstairs. Yeah, woo, 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 woo!
All right, bro. Well, I guess I'll leave you to it, huh?
Yeah, I guess so. But we'll see each other around.
I love you, dude.
I love you too.
Bros forever, bros for life. We'll never wear apart.
It can cut like a knife.
But no matter what,
and no matter where,
we'll always be right. Whether the other one is at any given moment. Good luck, bro.
Thanks, bro. Okay, Brad, this is it. Wait, where's my letter opener? Mom!
Yes, honey?
Oh, here it is. Sorry, never mind. Okay, moment of truth. Dear Brad, out of dozens of candidates, you have been one of the 3 selected to pledge Sigma Pi Delta Chi. Unfortunately, as you know, due to unforeseen circumstances beyond our control this year, we will have to undergo a virtual pledging process. Though this process may look different from years past, blah, 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 blah. To begin the pledging process, please visit zoom.com immediately after receiving this letter and enter below the meeting ID and password. Signed, your future big sibling, Omega Alpha Fish Oil. Okay. Zoom and 09148. Password and okay. Oh, hi. Hello, big sibling, sir?
No, but I take it you're Brad.
Yes. And you are?
I'm Delilah, your new line sibling. We're pledging together. You're late, by the way.
My letter never specified a time.
You got a letter? Interesting. I got a personal phone call from Big Brother Omega Alpha Fish Oil.
Oh, cool. What'd he say?
If he wanted you to know, I imagine he would have given you a call as well.
Okay.
You say quite a lot. Should I assume that your brain is working on overdrive? Would it be helpful for me to slow my speaking pace?
Hey, you don't have to be such a dick.
Beg your pardon? You must be a legacy pledge. Surely the greatest fraternity in the nation with a network of over 100,000, many of them Nobel Peace Prize recipients, wouldn't... Hey, wait, we have another participant. The 3rd pledge must be here.
Thank God. Hello? Can you hear us?
You're late.
Yeah, can you hear me okay?
Dude, you're fading in and out.
Wait a sec. How about now?
It's still a little choppy, dude.
Oh, for Christ's sakes, just leave the room and re-enter.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna leave the room and re-enter.
Brilliant.
Yeah, okay. This is exciting! Our 3rd sibling!
Yeah, I'm ecstatic.
Hey guys, can you hear me better?
Yes, Chad, we can hear you.
Wait, Chad! I knew that voice! Dude!
Wow. So this is the 5th circle of Hades.
Dude, what the fuck? Are you pledging?
Dude, I am. I fucking got you,
Oh my god, dude! I can't believe this! You fucking got me. Dude, I'm gonna get you back so hard for this.
You should have known. I wouldn't pass up a chance to be your bro for life. For realsies.
Oh, dude! Dude!
Okay, enough with the monosyllabic redundancies. We're supposed to be pledging. Don't you all think it's a little odd that no one is here yet?
Well, it's just 3 pledges, right? I think we're the 3 pledges.
Yes, I'm thrilled you can count. But what I mean is it's odd that Big Brother Omega Alpha Fish Oil hasn't arrived yet.
My scroll said he'd arrive shortly after me.
Wait a minute, your scroll?
Yeah, it arrived a few minutes ago via carrier pigeon.
Dude, you got a Sigma Pi Delta Chi carrier pigeon? That's awesome!
Dude, I know. I was like, what? And it was all like, go, do.
Dude!
Okay, I get the sense that perhaps we're meant to figure this out. 3 pledges. 1 got a phone call, 1 got a letter, and 1 got a freaking carrier pigeon. Maybe this is some kind of symbol for the organization's mission this year.
Right you are, Delilah.
Whoa. Who said that?
It is I, Big Brother, Omega, Alpha, Fish Oil. And just as I had hoped, Delilah hit the nail right on the head.
Greetings, Big Brother, Omega Alpha Fish Oil, oh great line president of the 87th Gamma Nu chapter of Sigma Pi Delta Chi.
Greetings, little siblings, and congratulations for making it this far. You were all deeply qualified in your own rights for membership in this more than a century-old fraternity.
Thank you, oh gracious Big Brother Omega Alpha Fish Oil.
Delilah, no need to address me by my full title. You may call me Big Oaf for short.
Yes, of course. Oh, great Big Oaf. Oh, great Big Oaf. Please pardon the immaturity of my lion siblings. They know not how deeply they offend.
Oh yeah, sorry, Big O.
But you do not offend. On the contrary, in fact, just as we need new members as wise and astute as you, Delilah, we need others who bear different perspectives. Our siblinghood is a unique one. We represent every corner of this country. And just as you have guessed, I'm afraid your work begins now.
Wait, does that mean...
Does that mean we're officially Sigma Pi Delta Chi?
If that's all right with you.
Dude, what a great honor, Big O. But you mentioned I was right earlier. Why did we all receive different forms of correspondence from you?
It was a test, which I'm afraid corroborated my worst fears. You see, I sent Chad a scroll a month in advance by carrier pigeon. And it arrived the same day as a letter I mailed to you, Brad, over a month ago, though you and I live in the same zip code.
But how can that be? Standard mail is typically delivered under 5 days when mailed locally. Everyone knows that.
But it appears that there are those of us who have great material incentives for slowing this process down, as we Sigma Pi's have suspected for quite some time.
But who would do that?
Yeah, I mean, mail is like really important. Don't some people like get medicine and stuff through it?
Yes, my new siblings. Can you think of what else they can do?
Get edibles from their friends in Colorado?
Well, I suppose they could, but...
Vote. They could vote by mail.
Yes, particularly during a time when in-person voting is an impossibility for many of us. And there lies our newest obligation, Sigmas, together with a coalition of thousands of others from across the country, across socioeconomic lines. You will do the work of ensuring everyone who wants to vote gets to vote. Are you with me?
Woo woo!
Then let's get to work.
Woo woo!
Oh man, I love that play. That's so much fun. I would like to speak with our playwright. Hopefully, I'm so bad with. Here it is. Yes, woo! Awesome. Thank you so much, Emily, for helping me out there. I was doing that totally wrong. Ebony Kennedy, thank you so much for such a fun play.
Thank you for being a part of it and for directing it, and everyone for being amazing.
I'm so glad you wrote too many parts so that I got to step in, because this is like my secret wish for every living radio play is to go Hitchcock on it and like have to be the director, has to be in the play. So it's just so fun. And what I loved about it, especially, we talked about this a little bit during when we were rehearsing and recording it. It's fun, it's silly, it's like got tons of bro, dude, like it's so great. But it's this. What's so fascinating about it is this like wonderful, sneaky sense of everyone has a part to play, and we need everyone to do what they can to be part of making the world a better place. Can you just talk to us a little bit about like why you chose to make our heroes like these Brad and Chad bros, and make them into social justice warriors, which is not what one would immediately
well,
think.
I think that's kind of why, like, I mean, you immediately hit the nail on the head, as was a line I think in the play. Woo woo! I love that so much. Sorry. But about like them just not being the people that you would expect. Like I think we all have experienced these kinds of bros in our lives in one way or another. I went to school with many of them, and I think that often they're very much, that kind of archetype is characterized by like apathy. And I feel like that is just probably the most dangerous way to be in general in like this kind of society, but especially now. And so I think that said, like it's maybe that's like the most heightened kind of apathy that I've seen, but I think apathy can exist across the board in any kind of context, in any kind of person. So I just really wanted to play with that and kind of flip it and think about that kind of archetype, the bro-y archetype, the one that, you know, brings to many of us this sense of like disgust and like alarm and like, ugh, or just annoyance at the very least, vague annoyance at the very least, right? Like, what if we flip that? What if we made them like really wholesome people who actually gave a shit, you know? Because that was, I mean, that's something that I had pondered. That's something that I still ponder today, but that's something that I, you know, in that kind of environment in college, for example, like something I pondered quite a bit, particularly since I feel like the bros are very much overrepresented in our society and like given disproportionately many resources, right? So like if these kinds of people did actually give a shit and did actually like work towards change,
that's a really good point.
They could potentially the world could really change.
Overrepresented in media too, which is like I hadn't even thought of that until you just mentioned this. But I love that, like you mentioned, like it's like this was almost like the, I don't, this isn't the term you used, but or maybe it was. I don't know. It's in my brain. The kind of the lowest common denominator of like social idiocy. We can kind of like use as a touchstone, but it doesn't have to be about that, right? It doesn't. And it also, like in the way that you wrote the play, you're kind of saying like, look, that's how these folks portray themselves in the world. Outwardly, this is who they are. They're bros. They say dude way too much, and they kind of speak in a weird way that makes us really frustrated to listen to. But why are you judging what they do in the world based on that? I just loved that like you took that lowest common denominator and said like, no, actually these guys are playing the most progressive fraternity in the nation and are sure everybody's voting. Like it's more universal than just like bros aren't necessarily bad. Like it's a really universal message.
Yeah, but I think it's interesting because that contrasted with the actual article, and kind of, you know, seeing the reality of this situation. I think it was sort of like almost an idyllic reimagining of like, again, like what could be like, if only we had less apathy in that sense.
And this is why we make the kind of art that we make. This is why we try to make living radio. That was a beautiful way to kind of end this. Thank you so much, Ebony, for bringing it all the way around to say, like, that's what living radio is all about. We're trying to imagine what the world could be like if we all just gave, like, we changed one small thing. Like, this is the sort of way, these are the ways that places or that things could go. I'm going to bring in all of our creative, brilliant playwrights one more time. Everybody's turning on their mics and turning on their streams. Thank you so much. Let's try it one more time. We got Casey, we got Jason. Big ups to all of you guys. I'm giving snaps, I'm giving claps. Thank you all for doing this. We also need to give a huge shout out to the one and only Emily Godfrey. Woo! There she is. Amazing. Agreed. Melissa Engel, mash that love button. Everybody, mash the love button. Spread the word. We're going to do this again if we can. We're not sure when or how. You know, pandemics throw everything up into the air. But big thank you to, again, Emily, to Erez at Frigid, to Frigid itself as an organization. Emily, would you mind like tossing up the banner one more time? If you got a couple bucks to spare, we know things are tight. But if you want to help keep the most, to me at least, and I'm speaking only from my personal experience here, the most vital independent theater space left in New York City is Frigid NYC. So please support them. Make sure that we keep everything going over at Frigid. We're honored to be there. every month in the normal times, and that they're hooking us up now that we have to do this all from a distance. We're going to do, like I said, we'll do another one of these if we can, but if you are interested in hearing some more Living Radio stuff, we've got years, literally years of past plays you can listen to on our website. Head to cooptheatereast.org, and that's theater with an R-E. Click on Living Radio, and it's like basically a theatrical time capsule because you're listening to old news reimagined. It's pretty fun. 2 quick plugs before we go. You might have noticed this show was all about the mail. If you've been following the news at all, you can probably guess why. We are a socially engaged theater company. It's part of our mission. And while we're not here to tell you what to think or who to support, we are here to tell you one thing: vote. Please vote. Make sure you vote. If you are watching from us from our home state of New York, your vote this November can be cast via absentee ballot. Everyone can do it, and you can always vote in person. Just whatever you do, please, dear goodness, vote. My personal pet project to make you vote. Make sure you're registered. You can do that well in advance. We've only got a few more weeks to be sure to check out your voting status in time to get registered or change your address, whatever you got to do. If you have any questions about that sort of thing, please feel free to reach out to me directly. If you're watching the stream, go through the Co-op Theater East contact stuff, or write me directly, robertgagno@gmail.com. The other quick plug, if you care about indie theater in NYC and you care about social justice in any sort of way, you must be a member of the League of Independent Theater. You must head to litny.org. Sign up. It's totally free. Use your voice in the chorus of artists and lovers of indie theater as we do the political work necessary to defend indie theater, especially in these difficult times. One more time, I'm going to give a big to all you folks on the screen. Thank you all.
Thank you, Robbie. Thank you, playwrights. That was awesome. Thank you, cast. Everyone rocked.
Everyone here.
It's always amazing when this all comes to it all comes to a head. It all comes and it's finished. I sometimes marvel at the fact that we make this happen. Yeah, it's incredible what you guys are able to do in such short time.
Thank you.
Love you all. We're going to close this down. Thank you, everybody. Have a great night.
Thanks for coming, everyone.
Bye.
Thanks for coming.